Hello and welcome to November's edition of Have I Got Scrap For You. My name is Niki Rowland and I'm here for UK Scrappers. The first topic in November's Have I Got Scrap For You is all about colour and how to choose colours for your scrapbook pages. I would normally choose my papers first and then find photos to match them, but in this case I've got some photos here which I am going to try my hardest to find some papers to match. These photos are of the Hogwarts model at the Harry Potter studio tour, which I went on a year ago and I'm still scrapping. They aren't great photos. The lighting in the studio was gave everything a bluish tinge, and I'm not quite good enough at post-processing photography to remove that tinge. So the castle itself has a sandy, almost pinky tinge, and everywhere else around it is kind of blue. So there's no colour in these photos that jumps out at me particularly, say apart from that blue or dark background and a sandy colour, which I would probably liken probably to craft or grey, that sort of thing. So really not much to go on in terms of what do I choose for my papers. So I'm going to look at the fact that this is Hogwarts, which is a magical building, and assuming that it's surrounded by a beautiful countryside. Don't know that because I've never been, but I want to add some colour that I think will match the photos, or the tone of the photos, even though there's no colours in the photos to match with. So I have pulled out this sheet of very bold, brightly coloured paper, and testing my photos against it. I think it goes quite well. I think it has kind of a magic-y type feel to it. It's not pink and girly, it's got some dark blue in it, which kind of goes with the tinge of the photos, and it's got some greens and like a greeny yellow, so I really like that. I think I'll definitely use that. So now I'm going to build the rest of my supplies around this paper, because like I said, I've got very little to go on from the actual photos. I'm purely going to use my eye as to whether or not these photos work with this as a background. I'm going to do a double page today, so I need a reasonable amount of supplies, let's see what else I can find. The reverse side of this is this gorgeous turquoise, which I think would go really well. Unfortunately, I only have one sheet, not two, so I'm like that side more, so I'll probably end up using that side, which is a bit of a shame. So let's see if I can find anything similar. Okay, these are the other sheets that I've pulled out. I think as a colour palette that all goes fairly well. That is just a grey polka dot. It's got chevrons on the back, but I like the solidness of the polka dot. This one I'm not sure about at all. I like the tone of the colour, but I don't really like the words. Superfluous hair, maternity, blushing, doesn't really go. So if I'm going to use that, I'm going to need to use it purely for colour rather than the wording. So I'm going to need to be careful as to where I place certain parts of this paper. And the back is pink, so that's no good at all. This one is quite a good turquoise colour, so I was going from that. That's a fairly good match there. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. So that was my turquoise that I've pulled out. And I've got this green. I like the grid on this side, basic grey paper, but the pattern is not the full 12 by 12. It has this border here, and on this side it has this border here, which is slightly inconvenient, but I'm sure I can work with it. I love this grid. It's a blue, I don't know if you can see it particularly well, but it's a blue and cream diamond shaped grid, which I really like. It goes very well with that paper. That's not an ideal colour match to any of the colours on there, but it's not bad. Then I pulled out a sheet of green cardstock. I really ummed and ahed over which colour cardstock to pull out. I tried black, which didn't really work. I tried grey, which was too similar to the grey polka dot. And I tried turquoise, like this indigo type colour, and that just didn't work at all, which that was what I thought was going to be my winner, but wasn't. So I've kind of pulled out this really dark artichoke green, which is not an ideal colour match to any of these on here, but seems to work best, so I'm going to go with it. I quite like that as a colour palette. And then I've also pulled out this sheet here. I've used quite a lot of this collection for the Record 2 Echo Park throughout my Harry Potter album, so it's just great colours, and it matches this colour scheme very well, even though they're completely different manufacturers. It's also got a bit of black in, which I'm planning to use black thickers for my title, or some black thickers, so I quite like that idea. So I might cut some of these out, as I've done on previous pages. Good yellow on the back, fairly good colour match to this greeny yellow one here, although I think I'm probably going to go more for this side. And then I wanted just to pull out some little bits and pieces, some scraps. I found this yellow off-cut, not a lot there. Great colour match that side. Slightly too brighter yellow or greeny. It doesn't quite go, but it's pretty good. So I've gone with that. Doesn't really match that as well, so I might just ignore the yellows that's in here and go more for this this one. Although, as you can see, don't have much. This is from a 6x6 paper pad. Liked the pattern on there. It's like kind of a floral, but because it's small and repeating, it reads as, I don't know, kind of like scroll work. And I pulled out some journaling cards. I've got navy blue on the back, which ties in nicely with this. But I'll probably use this side, which is the turquoise and grid. It's kind of like oldie paper. I think that's from the Maggie Holmes Flea Market mini kit, Project Life kit. And there's a couple more, I think, from the same collection. I like the grey shed ones in the back of there, but it's also a good colour match turquoise wise. And that's a fairly good colour match for the yellow. Back is rubbish for this colour scheme, but the front is quite good. I've got a couple of blue border strips that I've pulled out. I've got some gold sequins there hiding in there, but they're kind of more of a bronzy colour, so they'll go quite well with the yellow. I've got some wood veneer stars, 2 washi tapes. This one is blue and green stars, which is great, and this is a navy blue arrow. That's my mind's eye. Not sure which that one is. And then I've just pulled out my Brad's box. I've got quite a few sparkly Brads in there, and also some metallic-y, vintagey looking Brads too. So I think some of those might go quite well with this layout. Love the sparkly turquoise ones, and you can see them very well. So right, okay, let's get started. So for my double layouts, I like my backgrounds to be the 2 pages to be the same. I know not everybody works in that way, and some people are really happy with 2 different patterns in the background. I am yet to embrace that. So I like to have the two backgrounds the same. However, I don't have many sheets of pattern paper the same, so that means I need to kind of bodge it. So I love this paper. I don't think I'm going to use that as my background. I'm going to put that to one side for the minute. I think I might go with something less bright. I'm not sure about those 2 together. Maybe with that over the top. Actually, it's not bad. It's not bad. Alternatively, I could go for that. And that over the top. Actually, I think I prefer the green. the manufacturing strips off of both of those. And I'm going to cut that in half. And those together are going to be my background. Probably going to struggle to fit all of this on camera, unfortunately, so I'll have to work on it one page at a time. This is an older Pebbles collection, I think, crepe paper, sorry, and for some reason it's not quite 12 inches, it's under, it's about an eighth of an inch, 3/16 of an inch maybe, smaller than 12 inches, which is really annoying, but that's not a problem. So I'm just going to stick those together and then I'll trim off the excess piece that's on there. Together they are going to form my background. I will need to put something over this join. So I could choose a washi. I do have border strips that in the papers that I picked out. However, they are different, which is annoying. And I don't have more than two the same. So I think I'll use washi tape. And I really love this stars, green and blue stars, but they're on a transparent background and I'm not sure. Oh, I think it will work. So I'm going to go all the way along. Now the pattern on the join between the two doesn't match exactly. I think it barely notices in the top half of the pattern, but the bottom half of the pattern you can see the overs are really out there. So I'm not too happy about that, so I think I'm probably going to cover that over as much as I can. And to do that I'm going to pull in my favourite piece of paper and have that going across there like that. Before I do that though, I think I'm probably going to add something that goes like this. So let's have a look. Like that's grey. I obviously don't have more than one sheet. So if I want something more than 6 inches on both sides, then I'm going to have, it would need to be no more than 6 inches wide so that I can split it. But I only, if I put this, if I'm going to have this stretching across the layout, I only need a very small strip there and a bigger piece there. So that will work. So I'm going to take off the manufacturing strip. So I'm happy with that. didn't need much of that washi tape in the end, although only that bit is seen, but it reinforces the whole thing, so that's good. Back to my photos. 4 on one page, 1 up there and 1 there. So these I would like to cut down. So at the moment they're 6x4, so if they were to fit on the page, if I were to leave them as they were, they would fit on the page like that. But to me that's a bit too blocky. Ideally I would like them to fit within that grey box like that. So I'm going to need to lose about an inch somewhere, so about ½ inch off of each photo. So I'm going to stick those 4 down. This one I think I will, I might mount that one to make it stand out a little more. Okay, so I'm going to stick these 4 down, and then I will work on this page a little bit more. Okay, so I like this photo to be lying up with the top of here, either that or to be lined up down here. I think I actually prefer that better. I like the step there, and that also gives me a nice area for a title, journaling perhaps, and some embellishment. I think I prefer that better than them being up there. I was contemplating title there, journaling down here, but actually I think that is more pleasing for me. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those 2 down too. Okay, looking good. So now I think I'd like to get some border. I'd like to get something to ground all of the photos under here. So I might go with some of that green card from earlier and cut something. So now, annoyingly, that scallop overhangs this photo, which I think looks good, but this side is just a little bit too short. So I've got this odd piece here which I don't like, so I will have to cover that up with something later. I keep looking at this piece of paper and I think I'm going to discard it. Don't think it works. Now I can either use some washi tape along this border here, or I can try and incorporate those border strips that I was looking at, that I picked out earlier. So this strip here, for the fact that it goes to that point of the photo, is kind of off balances the fact that this goes so far this way. I love the fact that I've got all of this paper on display, as that was my favourite paper to start off with. So I now just need to get my title and journaling on, and then I shall add some embellishments. So titling and journal down. These alphas are going to need to be stuck on with wet glue or glossy accents as well, because certainly the chipboard ones will ping off. So I'll do that later. I won't make you watch me do that. Okay, so now I'm going to do some embellishments. Bring out this sheet. I think I need to go for a mix of big and small. like those ones. I like this half doily here as well. So I've chosen those 3 areas for my areas of embellishment. I'm just literally going to stick those on. First of all, I'm going to see if I can use any of these pieces that I poured out. I think I don't think I'm going to have to incorporate that piece. I might cut some stars out of there, but I'm wondering if I can squeeze this in anywhere. Maybe cut the top off. Okay, I quite like that there. I feel like I need something else other than those doilies down in this bottom corner, so I've cut a piece from that piece that I didn't think I was going to be able to use and cut it in half and put that down there. It doesn't really show all that much, but I really like these bright yellow stars. They look brilliant. I need a smaller star punch though, I think. Add some smaller ones at this top piece. Piece of border sticker, strip up there, it's not a sticker. going to arrange that star up on sticky foam pads. Give it a little bit of dimension. And that one too. Need some small embellishments now, I think. So I've got some little tiny stars in wood veneer. So I'll add one to each cluster. And I have yellow sequins. But I also have gold, like bronzy coloured ones. Although I'm not sure they're going to go. So I think I'll stick to the yellow ones. I don't think I'm going to need a yellow sequin up there because I've got the little stars scattered around. And let's have a look at some sparkly grass. I like these ornate ones. I think I'll put one there, and I might go for blue sparkly ones down here just to give a bit of bling and to finish off. So, piercing tool. Okay, and I'm going to finish there and call that one complete. I'm sure I could carry on adding things to it forever. I could certainly add some more journaling. I add quotes to all of my Harry Potter layouts from the books, so I just need to go and find one of those and add a bit more either down here or possibly up here. And I might add some gems in the sequins, but other than that, I think that one is going to be complete. And that all started just from these photos, and I was trying to find colours to match the photos. Obviously a difficult challenge because there was no colours to go on, but I think that layout works really well, even though none of the photos in the background really feature in the photos. So okay, well thank you very much for watching, and if I don't see you before, I will see you in December's Have I Got Scrap for You. Happy scrapping!